Mission failed. She won't get up next time.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Real. I'm Killfun, aka that boy Killfun, and I'm back with another video. Now today we are going to be going over these defensive badges. Now, like I said from the last video, we're working our way up, so we're going from the worst category all the way to the best. So at the bottom is playmaking, and next up is defense. Don't get me wrong, playmaking is not a bad category, but it's just not the one that, you know, it's the automatic one that you need, you know what I'm saying? But the next up is going to be defense. So the 3 out of the 4 is going to be defense. I think that's the third one, and this is all opinion based. It's not fact, so you know it's all opinion based. But I just feel like defensive badges, they don't really, I feel like they make a difference in this game, but since the offense is so strong, it's very hard to stop defense. Like when you have a dude that can sit up there and just, you know what I'm talking about. If you played the game, you know what I'm talking about. It's very hard to stop people in this game, especially when they're driving to that paint, or if they're on that perimeter, because there's all type of blow-bys, there are all type of dunk-on animations, it's all type of just shooting animations and everything like that. It's very hard to stop people in this game. Like the bummiest dudes are literally like comp now this year. Like it kind of ticks me off, but at the same time, it's like it's just a video game, and I don't really care about this one, so it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna go ahead and knock out these defensive badges, and like I said, we're gonna be going ahead and doing ranking 1 through 5, you know what I'm saying, that like the last system, like last time, because I feel like that's a better way to do things rather than do it how I was before, and you know, stuff like that. So the 1 through 5 method is a good one for me, so we're gonna go ahead and rock out just like that. And before we get to that video, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn the post notifications on. If you do have them on, turn them off and then turn them back on again so that you do get the notifications, and leave a like on this video. Let's leave a like on, let's try to hit at least, like, I want to say 15 likes on this video, 15 likes on this video, and I'll pump out the next one as soon as that one drops 15 likes. So let's go ahead and knock that out the way, get these defensive badges going, and let's go ahead and do it. All right, so I got all the defensive badges here, and I'm gonna try to get through these quick because I don't want to make this a super long video. But we're gonna go ahead and start it off with the ankle braces, and like I said, we're gonna be talking about these like they're all Hall of Fame and 1 through 5. So I'm gonna have some gameplay in the background, and let's go ahead and start it off. Ankle braces, I would give it a 4, just because even if it is on Hall of Fame, you still can get broke, but it's mostly when somebody has ankle breaker shots. It's not really when anybody has like just no takeover, anything like that. When they have no takeover, you're good, you're basically stable on your feet. But when they have ankle breaker shots, you can still get your ankles broken, you can still fall. So I mean, it does cancel out, so I would give it a 4, borderline 5, you know, 4.5 if we can say. Box is different this year. Box is really different this year, just because I will have to give it a 5. Box does its job, and it does an excellent job. You will not get that box out broken if you have it on Hall of Fame. I've literally played against dudes who have, because I do have a center, and dudes who have box on Hall of Fame, you're not getting past them at all. So I would have to go ahead and give it a 5. Brick wall, I would give it a 3, just because you don't really need it this year. Brick wall on Hall of Fame is kind of a waste of badges this year. It does do its job, but at the same time, people are so small this year, you just literally don't have to run into the screen, you can switch it. So I mean, when you use the badge, it does work, and sometimes it does give them the little ankle break, I mean not ankle breaker, it does give them the little brick wall animation where you know they stumble or anything like that, but it's not really like to the point where you have to be fearing it like 2K17 brick wall type stuff, you know. So it does its job, so I would give it a 3, but I mean, it's not really that good of a badge this year. Chase down artist, automatic 5. Automatic 5. This stuff is such bailouts, especially if you are running behind somebody or running from the corner to the paint or anything like that. This badge always activates, and I love this badge. It's one of my favorite badges in the game, especially this year because it works so well. Clamps is a real iffy one. Hall of Fame clamps, I will have to give it like a 3.5, borderline 4. I can't really give it a 5 this year, just because it's not that good this year. It's really not. Clamps is okay this year. It really doesn't do its job because you still get blow by and everything like that, but a lot of the times it does stop the defender. And when a person doesn't have a big ball control or ball handling, it does make them pick up the ball a lot often, but it's not really all that good this year. It's like a 3.5, borderline 4, depending on how you use it. I would give Clamps like, yeah, I would say that was a good rating right there. Clutch Defender, I wouldn't really run this badge on Hall of Fame. I would say anything, put it on silver. You know, I don't like badges that they activate in like the last minute or anything like that. If Clutch Defender, if it activate like every single time when the shot clock goes down and it's like below 5 seconds, this will be a great badge. But since it only activates in like clutch situations, and you have to really be careful of what you call a clutch situation, so I will have to say this one I give it like a 3 or 3.5. Defensive leader, I'm gonna give it a 5, just because, you know, you can really use, it's not like Floor General where all like your offensive things are maxed out and everything like that. I would give defensive leader, I would give it a 5, just because it does its job and it boosts, it gives that boost on defense. And I feel like the boost on defense is going to be more crucial than the boost on offense, so I would say defensive leader is most definitely better. Heart Crusher, I will have to give Heart Crusher a 4. I don't see it. Last year it was a 5, but you don't really see that many people run it this year, just because it doesn't automatically make people cold, and having a cold ring this year isn't as effective as it was like on current gen, you know what I'm saying? Current gen Heart Crusher was literally amazing, but this year it's just okay, you know. It does its job, but you can still green stuff on cold, you can still dunk on people on cold. Cold doesn't really change a player's play style or anything like that, if you want to say it like that. Hot Stopper, I'll have to give it a 5. I will have to give it a 5, just because it does this job and it boosts that takeover. It does boost it a lot, but the only thing is, getting defensive stops is most definitely, it's going to be harder, or defensive plays is going to be harder than, you know, having like Heat Seeker or Hot Shot or anything like that. It's going to be a lot harder. So I would give Hot Stopper, I would give it a 5, but at the same time it is a pretty hard badge to kind of activate this year. Interceptor, Hall of Fame, 5. It is amazing. It is an absolute amazing. It is absolutely gorgeous this year. Bruh, I cannot even count how many times I can say Interceptor is literally so goated this year. It's one of my favorite badges. I feel like this is one of the best that has been this year, and it is so effective this year, especially if you have it on Hall of Fame. It is so goated. Intimidator on Hall of Fame, I will have to give it a 4. I can't give it a 5, just because, you know, in the paint, Intimidator, if you just have your hands up, sometimes it doesn't even activate. I know they try to say that's interior defense, but I don't really know what actually plays into like paint defense this year, so I would just have to give this one a 4. Off-ball pass, I would give this one a 4. This one's actually pretty good, especially on Hall of Fame. It actually does work, especially in the rec. It is a very good badge. It is a very good badge. It is very annoying to play against, and when you have it on your team, you can see it go to work, so I will have to give this one a 4. Pick Dodger, I will have to give it a 2, just because a lot of people don't actually set screens in this game, so it's not really one of those badges you need to run on Hall of Fame. To be honest, it's not really one of the badges you need to run at all, just because how fast people are. You can switch everything and everything like that. Everybody can guard everybody this year, so it's not really one of those badges, so I will have to give it like a 2. Pickpocket on Hall of Fame, I will have to give it a 4. It actually does the job this year. Pickpocket on Hall of Fame, it actually does the job this year. If you have a 94 steal in Hall of Fame pickpocket and you have that dude dribbling right in front of you, you're gonna get that ball at least like 2 times out of the whole entire game of 21. Like, you're gonna get that ball, bro. You are gonna get that ball, and sad to say, pickpocket is not effective as I'm gonna just go into like how it is on like silver and stuff like that. It's not really all that effective, but once you have it on gold and Hall of Fame, it actually does hit. It does hit. So I will most definitely say that pickpocket is a 4 this year. I can't give it a 5, but I will give it a 4. Pogo Stick, I'm giving this a 2. Pogo Stick is a broken badge, bro. It broke so bad. It used to be good in like, what was that, 2K19? 2K19, 2K20 or something like that. 2K20, I think that's what it was. It was literally OP, and it was probably one of like the best badges to have. You can literally have it on silver and you will see an impact. Have it on bronze, you'll see an impact. And have it on Hall of Fame, you could literally spam Y and it was jumping all the time. But this year, Pogo Stick isn't really all that good. I mean, once you jump and you come down, it doesn't really do nothing. It's still faster, but it's not as fast as it was in 2K20. So I will have to give it like a 2. Post lockdown, I will have to give this one, I would say like a 3. On Hall of Fame, it does its job, but you don't really run into people that actually play the post this year unless you're like on the 1v1 court or you're like on the 2v2 court. On the 3v3 court in the 5v5 Pro-Am, you rarely ever see people who have post players. So I would have to give this one a 3 just because it's not really something that you should be using on Hall of Fame. Rebound Chaser, Hall of Fame, 5. You don't even have to say anything about that. That's just an automatic 5. You already know that's one of the first badges. Every center, power forward, that's all you need is going to be Rebound Chaser. You know what I'm saying? Rim Protector this year, I will have to give it a 4. I will have to give it a 4 just because I feel like it will be 4 or 4.5 just because Rim Protector is a really good badge this year. It is very, very effective, and it's probably one of the best that it's been in the last couple of years. The only thing I will have to say about Rim Protector is sometimes it does give you very bad animations, and I don't know what it is, especially like when you're playing paint defense. If you try to jump and you jump at the right time, there's no guarantee that you're going to get that ball. There's no guarantee that you're even going to contest that person because sometimes they give you really, really bad animations and you see it over and over again. So I'll have to give it a 4 or 4.5 just because it is mostly on the good side. Tireless Defender, I will have to give this one like a 3. It used to be good in the other 2Ks where you used to lose a lot of energy, but this 2K you don't really lose a lot of energy, so it's not really all that effective. I will have to say, yeah, it's about a 3. It doesn't really classify as like one of the goated badges or anything like that. It would most definitely be like, it will be one of those badges. If you have extra like badge points, it's one of those that you put on. But if you're not playing like Pro-Am or anything like that, you really lose energy this year. So I mean, it's one of those badges that's just okay. Trapper, at the beginning, Trapper was a straight 4.5 or 5. It was literally one of the goated badges, but ever since that patch came out, it's actually not all that. It's okay now. I will have to give it like a 3.5/4. It's just okay now. It's not really all that, but I mean, it does its job, so you know, I can't really hate on it. But as far as it goes, when it comes to Trapper, it's not one of those badges that's, you know, to be feared anymore. Like in the beginning, if you knew like Trapper was literally goated, it was goated, but now it's one of those badges. It's just okay, so I'll have to give it like a 3.5/4. Going down to the absolute last one is going to be Worm. Worm is actually I would say Worm is like a 3 this year, just because if you are playing center, most of the time the other person does have Hall of Fame box, and a lot of the times Hall of Fame Worm, it doesn't work as well as Hall of Fame box. So I will have to give it a 3 just because it does cancel out like box like big time. Even if you have on gold box and you have on Hall of Fame Worm, most of the time you're not going to be able to spin around them or swim around them. It's just not happening, you know what I'm saying? Box is a very good badge, and it is 10 times better than Worm, so I will have to say this one is like a 3. All right, let's go ahead and get to these goated badges. Now, like I said, I would even say 4.5. I would give it a GOAT badge. So ankle braces, I said without takeover, it still is a GOAT badge. A box is a GOAT badge. Chase down artist is a GOAT badge. Defensive leader, GOAT badge. Hot stopper, GOAT badge. Interceptor, GOAT badge. I don't think we have any in this row. Rebound chaser, GOAT badge. Rim protector, I would give it a GOAT badge. I would give it a GOAT badge. Well, it's gonna be a GOAT badge, but I just can't put it. I don't have enough badge points. But these are gonna be your GOAT badges for the defense. And yeah, you know, defense is actually, if offense wasn't so OP this year, defense will actually be very good. But since offense is so like ridiculously OP, it kind of makes it hard to play defense. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. In the next couple videos, you'll be able to see my power forward. I did just complete him. I got to go get some more VC for him and everything like that. But as far as it goes, he is complete. So make sure y'all be on the lookout for that. If you are new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. And if you got this far, make sure you comment fade down in the comments. Just comment fade down in the comments and leave a like on this video. This being your boy Real, I'm Killfun, aka that boy Killfun, and I will catch y'all in the next video. Peace.
Look, can you see the 8? I've been in the darkness of my heart and it ain't safe. I ain't really here, but I know that it's okay, cause I die, don't drown. I can walk across the lake. These